So I love to lie down on my back and take a minute to, I would call it, arrive on the reformer. So I'm going to lay down on my back. First thing I'm going to do is wiggle out of the shoulder rests. I push my heels into the bar, lift my sacrum up, and then press it back down. And then I can work on moving into that neutral spine, which is that tiny little pocket of air in the low back. Okay, I want to feel that I'm broadening through my collarbones, so broadening through the chest, really sinking my shoulder blades and the backs of my ribs, the upper ribs, into the carriage, so feeling that weight happening there. This carriage is very small, so I still am going to place my arms long by the sides of my body, fingertips reaching toward the foot bar, but you can see I don't have quite as much space as I would on a more professional grade reformer. I'm going to start with my heels about hips distance apart with a fairly neutral ankle. And that's not my foot hanging over the foot bar. To me, that's a little slight flex of the ankle. I like to inhale to prepare and exhale to press out. So I like to link the breath with the movement to add in that mindfulness aspect. But one thing that I've been learning as I progress my teaching practice is that oftentimes the muscles of respiration can assist in a movement that's being offered. So I'm just going to take these tiny little 1-inch pulses here. Press out long again without locking the knees and return the carriage all the way back home. I'm going to drop down onto the heel pocket. So a lot of times I hear this being called the arch of the foot, but when I push the arch of my foot into the bar, it doesn't always feel awesome, particularly not with this reformer where the bar is so small. So heel pockets are kind of that little space in between the heel and the middle of the arch of the foot. So I'm just kind of mindfully tracking my hips, my knees, my ankles, and my toes. Starting to notice any misalignments happening. And I'm dropping down onto the ball of the foot and wrapping the toes ever so slightly or gently around the bar. Bird on a perch here. Still a soft neutral ankle before I press out and bring the carriage back in. So I'm not necessarily counting reps here in my personal practice. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Just really feeling into the body here. You need to keep the pelvis aligned, the hips stable. And in Pilates, it seems like the smaller the movement, the more I actually, and slower, a lot of times, the more I actually feel like I get out of this. So this is just my quick version of footwork. Heels on the bar, wide toes, still tracking right under the knee. Amazing. And because I'm just doing a little demo video here, I'm not going to go through the entire formal repertoire. I'm just going to take you through a couple of things that I really like to do on the reformer when I have a little time. Okay, so bridging. Again, with this reformer, we're on cords, and we don't really have spring settings here. So it's been a trial and error with this mini reformer on how to get the right amount of weight or tension for each exercise. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with a couple. Oh man, Charlie horsing already. So I can feel in this articulation where I'm having some issues. And part of my issue is that I haven't worked out. I haven't done my own practice in close to a week. Wow, that's essential. Okay. It's very likely that no one's ever going to see this video. And that's okay. Okay. Now, it's so funny how quickly we can forget, these essential tenets of feeling our best each day, which to me would be getting plenty of sleep, drinking water, not consuming alcohol, getting regular exercise, limiting sugar, eating somewhat healthfully on a daily basis. And the funny thing is that it's not the same thing every day, right? Or if I get a little off in one area,